Hey, how are you? Welcome to the video for manipulating the data on the Manage Items page. So just like all the Timeinator pages, the icon set up in the top right starts off with the info, then the pen is editing an item, the plus is adding an item, the trash can is deleting an item, then we have copy and paste, and the last icon is for moving or rearranging the icons for your menu items on the screen. So the layout that you see is pretty much the demo layout, and the first thing that I'm going to teach you here is how to add a brand new item from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and touch the plus symbol, and the item that I want to add is steak. It has a pretty complex cooking process. The product will give it a cook time of till we check it for temperature, say about 8 minutes. And we'll allow it to be cooked on the or timed on the char grill. We'll move to the next page. So the intervals are the things that I want the employees to do to the steak. So the first thing that I would like the employees to do is I want them to turn it for grill marks at 9. So we'll turn it 90 degrees. And I want them to do that 2 minutes into the cooking time. And you can see in the yellow box that means 6 minutes will show on the timer when I want that done. We'll give them 10 seconds of leeway, and we'll give them 10 more seconds for warning, and you can see the points that they get if they're successful turning the steak on time or within the intervals allowed. Now I'm going to add another interval by clicking the plus symbol in the bottom left, and I want them halfway through the cooking to turn the steak or to flip it. So we'll write flip steak, and I want it halfway through, so that's 4 minutes left on the clock. So this is going to be what I'm filling in is the time from the first interval. So I want this to happen 4 minutes into the cook. The first interval started at 2 minutes, so in 2 additional minutes, I'm going to actually just touch the 2 minute, and you can see, so 2 minutes from the first interval, or with 4 minutes left on the timing, I want them to turn the steak over. There's my caution, there's my warning, it has my points. I'm going to leave the default and not adjust the points. Now I'm going to add one more interval. I want them to turn it for grill marks again on the back side, so we'll say turn 90, and I want that to happen 2 minutes from the flipping point, so there'll be 2 minutes left on the timer, and we'll accept the caution and warning and the points, and so that's good. The last step will be to check it for temperature or when it's complete, and that is the last cooking step, which is at the end. So you can see this is programmed. We can put in, if we want this to be light done, maybe we'll take a minute off the total cook time of the steak. If we want it well done, maybe we'll add a minute to the total cook time of the steak. In the first green box under total, the total cook time was 8 minutes, so there's 0 left on the timer. And then we'll program in the caution, the warning, and the waste, because it's not showing anything on the timer. So maybe by the time you watch this video, I'll have that filling something in. But in the meantime, let's go 15 seconds. So you can see there's negative 15 seconds left on the caution zone on the timer. And then 15 more seconds from there is the warning. And then if it goes, say, another, let's see, minute, say a minute from there, 2 minutes passed, or a minute 30 past, so let's give it a minute and 30. So clear 30. So I'm going to say that at 2 minutes showing on the timer that this steak needs to go in the garbage. We're not selling it. So if I click the arrow to proceed to the next page, it kind of gives us a summary and allows us to change the background color and put in a picture. So if you don't like yellow, you can touch the square that says change color, and you can see on the right hand side we have the pre-programmed in Timeinator colors, the swatches. Those are always going to be on your screen. You can touch in the big circle and you can see the little swatch on the left side, top left, changes color according to where you drag, and you can at any point click the choose button and it puts a swatch in so you don't lose track of that color. If you don't like it, you can click the X and get rid of it. Or if you have a color code, on the top right there's a button for add color code, and you can certainly type in whatever color code you might have for a product. And I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. It's probably not valid. Let's try one thing here. Anyway, if you have that, if you're a franchise or a company that's important to, you'll understand what your color code is. So anyway, for the background of the steak I'm putting in, I'm going to put in a gray background. And then you can add an image from our library, and we have in some pre-programmed stuff, and you can see I can put in that strip steak if I want. Or if you want, you can use a local image that you save on your own gallery. So if you want to just use your tablet and take a picture of the food or get something from online somewhere, you can see I have a steak right there. I'll pick that one, and that's pretty nice, so we'll go ahead and keep that. But you can certainly put a background removal editor for photos on your tablet and adjust whatever images that you want in your local gallery and use those in the Timeinator. The last thing I want to point out on the left side of the screen is at the bottom there's an add tutorial URL. So if you want to use the tablet or another device and take a video of yourself or a chef or somebody giving the ideal cooking process of the steak to train other employees, you could say upload it to YouTube and then copy the URL from the YouTube into that location and click save, and you'll have a training video for cooking steak. So on the right side there's a summary. The menu item name is steak. It can cook on the char grill. There's 4 steps in the cooking process with a total of 120 points available to an employee if they cook a steak perfectly in the Timeinator game. So we'll go ahead and click save, and that menu item is now in place. Now the whole process, if I wasn't talking, would probably take me about 45 seconds to a minute to set up an item. So it doesn't take long. But to make it even faster, if there are items that are similar, like let's say that the mozzarella sticks that you see, let's say we wanted to add jalapeno poppers, and the poppers were pretty much identical in process to those mozzarella sticks or the onion rings. So if I click the copy and paste icon at the top right, and then I'll choose the onion rings, and we'll copy and paste. Do I want to copy it? Yes. And you can see there's an onion ring copy now. So now if I click the edit pen, it changes to the edit mode for the item. And instead of having to set poppers up from scratch, I can go in and first thing I can do is edit the name. Okay, if it cooks on the same equipment, we'll just leave it alone, and then we can click next. We want to shake the basket on this. Sure, a minute into the cook time, everything looks good there, so we don't have to change anything for the poppers compared to the onion rings. We'll say that the well done, maybe on the poppers, and it all looks good. We'll leave everything the same. And then the only thing for us left to do would be to add an image. So do I have an image of poppers in the library? Well, gee, no I don't. But are you stuck? Well, gee, you know you're not. You can get an image from online or take a picture of your poppers, like I said before, and save it to your local gallery. And if you've done that in advance and you happen to have a picture of poppers, and I do, right there, you can put in your poppers. And if you use your background remover, you can certainly remove the background from that image before you use it. And I'll show you what I mean. I actually have one example, and then we'll put the popper image back in. So there's one that I took the background out of with the calamari right there. So I can certainly use that image if I want to. But anyway, you get the gist of it. Let's go ahead and put that popper image back in, and then we'll save this. I picked the wrong one. There it is. Very nice. So save. So there's jalapeno poppers, and what if I just wanted to change the background on that to black? So I could click edit. I can touch the image. We can go to where the background color scheme is. What if I just go like this to make it look a little bit better? Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Could certainly work with it and improve it, but anyway, the video's starting to get a little bit long and I have a few more things to show you. So let's say you put those poppers in, and maybe I want to rearrange all my appetizers where they are now together. So if you look at the last icon all the way on the left, you can touch that, and then you can manipulate the items on the screen by just simply touching them and dragging and dropping them where you want them to go. So see, I can move the onion rings there, and then let's say I want to move the steak kind of out of the way. Here, I'll move that down here. And then if I wanted to, I could get my mozzarella sticks all the way up there by my other appetizers. Whoop. Let me let go of that for a second. Drag my screen down. Touch it again. And there we go. And then once you have things where you want everything, you can just click save and it locks everything into place. Now I know this video's a bit long. If you have any questions or you need any help, we're going to end it with, you can always go to our support icon or to the contact us on our main website. And also, don't be afraid to take a peek in our video library, whether it be online on our website or here in the app, and look for additional videos for managing menu items. Because I will put some videos together to show you kind of how to remove the background out of pictures and stuff like that. So enjoy using the Timeinator, and best of luck to you in your restaurant.